It's the NFL Flag Championships.
ESPN, ABC, and Disney platforms are covering the second annual NFL Flag Championship starting Friday, July 18th. For more on the growth of flag football, we're pleased to be joined by Stephanie Kwok, Bobby Taylor, and Phoebe Schecter. And Stephanie, I want to start with you. You're the NFL's head of flag football, and millions of kids under the age of 17 are now participating in this sport. What's been the biggest reason behind the growth of this sport over the last decade?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've seen it grow so much just over the last year and a half with flag football being added to the Olympics. So I think that's really poured more fuel to the fire in terms of the sport's growth. But if you look back earlier than that, there's so much work that the NFL's 32 clubs have been doing on the ground in the communities to grow flag football. You know, while we've seen a lot of growth over the last 1 or 2 years, particularly with the announcement of the Olympics, it's because there have been such strong foundations set by the clubs and by the local community operators.
Yeah, whatever they're doing, it's absolutely working. And Bobby, you spent 10 years in the NFL as a DB for the Eagles and the Seahawks. As someone who's played in the NFL and also is obviously immersed in flag football, what are some skills that translate between both?
Well, I think first of all, footwork, your hand-eye coordination, all of those things that they translate over to this game. And it's just so exciting to see what's going on currently right now in the space, because, you know, there's a big topic of professional guys that are currently in the league right now. Will they have the skill set to be able to play flag football? And I think they'll be able to do so.
Yeah, and then you also have Phoebe. You spent some time on the coaching staff for the Bills. Earlier this year, you were a part of a girls flag football league launched by the Chicago Bears in England. You obviously also play some football yourself. How would you describe that experience?
You know, it's been absolutely phenomenal, and looking at what the Bears are doing in the UK, but it's internationally. Girls want an opportunity to play flag football, and we were talking about a stat earlier where 50% of the girls who are playing flag football now never even engaged in sport before. So we are changing so many lives through this sport. And I think the other piece is internationally, it really gives a level playing field.
And we mentioned it at the top, flag football will be making its Olympic debut in 2028. NFL owners voted earlier this year to allow NFL players to participate, which surprised a lot of people. But Stephanie, what was your reaction when that news came out?
Yeah, and I mean, we at the NFL, we've been working closely with the International Federation of American Football, which is the international national governing body for football, as well as USA Football, which is the NGB in the US. And so we've been working with them around what would it take for NFL players to participate in the Olympics? How do we do so in a way, right, that players, that NFL clubs and owners will be comfortable with that? But it's really exciting news, right, to be able to have NFL players on the Olympic stage, on this unique global stage, showcasing American football. I think is going to be wonderful for the growth of football globally, but also for the NFL as well.
There's been some conversation about who should be on Team USA. I want to read this quote right here from quarterback Darryl Doucette. He said, he told the Washington Post, quote, "This is a sport that we've played for a long time, and we feel like we're the best at it, and we don't need other guys," end quote. Bobby, what's your reaction to what was said there?
I was a current player right now. I wouldn't want it to be given to me as well.
Right.
I would like the competition. It sounds like he may be a little bit afraid, but I'm not going to say that.
I want to bring it back to you, Phoebe. When you take a look at flag football being a part of the 2028 Olympics, I mean, what's your reaction to that and how it could grow the sport?
I mean, first off, it's an absolute dream to think that our sport is going to be on the biggest stage possible where you get to represent your country in flag football. I mean, there is nothing greater than that. But I think, how does that impact? We've already seen such a wave of impact from not just people in the U.S. and not just any age. It's literally from tiny tots all the way through to adults wanting to get involved. cross-sport athletes trying to find a way to play flag football, but it's international. We've got over 100 countries now playing flag football. That number is only going to grow because everybody wants to be a part of this Olympic movement.
Yeah, I would say I absolutely can't wait for it. I've seen Hoosh's highlights. He is crazy out there on the field. So you know it's going to be good in 2020. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us. The NFL Flag Championships will be happening from July 17th through the 20th. You can catch it on ESPN platforms. Stephanie, Bobby, Phoebe, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today on SportsCenter.